thank you, Danielle and Bess. This is really a fascinating and so important subject, and you bring up a lot of questions. And one question that I've been dealing with in my research, interviewing spiritual exemplars, is sometimes my experience is not that I resonate with their experience, but actually that they elicit the same experience in me, or that we are sharing an experience that doesn't belong to them or to me, maybe in the I-thou intersubjective space. And then if I acknowledge that, I kind of tell them what my experience is and or what they elicited in me, that takes the interview to a whole other level and brings out much more in them. But it's not the microphenomenological interview. It's like not what I'm supposed to do. So it was interesting to me that Bess interviewed me about a month ago about good interviews and bad interviews. And those interviews that were, for me, the best, which were when this intersubjective space was created, I put them aside. I didn't even consider them. I didn't bring them up as good interviews because to me, they were not interviews. There was something else happening there. I guess that Daniel, you probably have the same when people talk about their experience during ayahuasca trips, etc., that it kind of elicits similar experiences in yourself, I imagine. And so how do you work with that?
It's a really, really beautiful point, because if you remember that graph with a big like this unfolded structure, like there's the how and then the what, and in the what there's a how with the what and so on. And it's really much what that points to is that the experience of the other and the experiencing of the other can affect how I am experiencing right now, and how I am experiencing right now can affect how the other person is experiencing. So, and this is exactly that dynamic that we want to tap into in order to help the participant to get in touch with their experience. And it, of course, if the participant is so much in contact with their experience, like more than I with mine, I can be affected by that in a positive way. So I experience, like sometimes out of the interviews, I come it's interesting. Sometimes I go in one one mindset, and I leave in a completely different one. And of course, not as if I had ayahuasca or so, and I didn't have any visuals for that interview, but like this kind of openness, this kind of, when people look you into the eye and you feel kind of, whoa, okay, that person is so curious, so open, it affects me. Yeah.
Yeah. And may I add a little thing? And then we return to the other questions. We respect time. We are coming close to 11, because I think also you're exploring a very specific phenomenon, Amir. And I think you should put your attention into this sense of actually sharing an experience. It's not only to resonate with another one's experience, it's the sense of having an experience together while it happens. And I think that's very specific for the field, maybe also for being very closely together with others that we know very intimately. But I think you're entering a realm where it's good to be curious. It might be hard to apply any specific methods than whatever comes up in the moment, because you are in a way absorbed or embedded in the experience of this intersubjective exchange. So if microphenomenology is like helping it coming forth, you're a lucky man, and then you just note it down. But I think it's the experience in itself that's worth exploring on the condition where it happens. And maybe you can bring microphenomenology into seeing how is it being established, the sense of actually engaging in the same experience.
Yeah, thank you.